guys, welcome back to our channel, and this is our fourth video on operating system. And in the previous video we will see the different handheld operating systems and the mainframes and development of mainframes, etc. And in this video we will describe about the structure of the operating system. We already discussed many more about the operating system, but now we will describe how the operating system is structured. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. Operating system structure. An operating system is a construct that allows the user application programs to interact with the system hardware, as we already know that. Since the OS is such a complex structure, it should be created with utmost care so it can be used and modified easily. User can easily modify it, and user can easily interact with the hardware with the help of operating system. So this operating system structure is divided into two parts: simple structure and layer structure. So first of all, we will discuss about the simple structure. There are many operating systems that have a rather simple structure. These started as a small system and rapidly expanded much further than their scope. According to their scope, that will be expanded. A common example of this MS-DOS, it was designed simply for niche amount of people. The structure of MS-DOS is as follows. We can see this. First layer, this ROM BIOS device driven, then MS-DOS, then system program and application program. Then in MS-DOS, the interface and level of functionality are not well separated. You can see this in the MS-DOS, the functionality or the features are not separated. The application program can access the system program and system program can access the MS-DOS. So they can change the device and the display of the second. So for instance, application program are able to access the basic of input-output routines to write directly to the display and disk drive. Such freedom leaves MS-DOS vulnerable to malicious program fail. Of course, MS-DOS was also limited by the hardware of its era. There was no CPU execution mode, and so errors in application could cause the whole system to crash because the Intel 2088 for which it was written provide no dual mode and no hardware protection. The designer of MS-DOS had no choice but to leave the base hardware accessible. Okay. In the second, layered structure, these new Unix versions are designed to use more advanced hardware. Given proper hardware support, OS may be broken into smaller, more appropriate pieces than these allowed by the original MS-DOS or Unix. The OS can then retain much greater control over the computer and the application that make use of that computer. The main advantage of the layered approach is modularity. We will discuss in the second slide. The layers are selected such that each use functional operations and services of only lower level layers. This approach simplifies debugging and system verification. All the layers hide some structure, operations, etc. from the upper layer. So these are separated from each other. So all the layers are hide from the upper layers. This system has 6 layers as shown in the table given below, 0 to 5. So 0th layer, processor allocation and multiprogramming. First layer, memory and RAM management. Second layer, operator process communication. Third, input output management. Fourth, user programs. Fifth, the operators. Okay, so these layers are separated to each other. The operator layer cannot access the user program like 0 layer, processor allocation and multiprogramming. These processor allocation and multiprogramming hide the layer memory and RAM management. You cannot access each other. Layer 0. Layer 0, this layer dealt with allocation of the processor, switching between process when interrupt occur or time expired. Okay, what happened here? Allocation of the processor. when multiple processing are running, then the interrupt will occur. So the processor will switching between these processes. Then layer 1, in the layer 1, this layer did the memory management. What? Memory management. Layer 2, the work of layer 2 is what? This layer handled the communication between each process and the operator console. And layer 3, this layer took care of managing the input output devices and buffering the information streams to and them. And layer 4, on this layer programs were found. There are some programs. Layer 5, on this layer user system operator process was located, where our processes are located. So thank you so much.